Yes. I want to welcome y'all to Thoroughness Talk with the Thuggernaut. Grrr. Thoroughness Talk, we're going to cover a range of topics: sports, spirituality, religion, whatever is hot in today's topics. You dig? I'm your host, the Thuggernaut. Grrr. I'm from Philly. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of insight on me. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my life story. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start my life story off with my first memory that I ever had in life. My first ever memory that I can go back to. And then I'm going to go from there. It might be long and monotonous, but we're going to get through it. And I'm going to need y'all to help me get through this. You know what I mean? So leave some comments or whatever y'all need to do when I'm, going back and forth. So this joint probably going to be about maybe an hour long, maybe 2 hours. I got a lot of shit to cover. Or maybe I'll just do 2 parts. I'll do my young years, and then I'll do maybe 3 parts. I'll do my young years, I'll do my mid years, and I'll do the years I'm in now. You dig? So let's start this shit off. So what I'll start off today with is my first ever thought and memory of being alive. My shit gonna be controversial too, but my mom and dad no longer with me, so I can share this story. It ain't gonna hurt them. But my first ever memory was me laying on the couch as a baby and my mom and dad rumbling. They rumbling like a motherfucker. I just remember, I don't know if my mom was falling on top of my dad or my dad falling on top of my mom, but my doorway was right here. It was a couch right here and it was a couch right here. I was laying on this couch right here and I just remember them, I don't know if he came in and they super started fighting. He was probably coming to pick me up or whatever. But that's my first ever memory in life. And it's traumatic. You know what I mean? I think that's why I don't like arguing and shit in front of kids and whatever. But that was my first ever memory in life, was that. So I know I wasn't walking. I know I was just laying down, and I'll never forget that shit. I don't know if I was in a snowsuit or I just remember something furry around me. Can't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, that's my first ever memory of life. And I know I had to be at least maybe 1, maybe close to 1. I wasn't walking, so I probably wasn't even 1 yet. But that's my first ever memory in life. Yeah. So yeah, I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, Philly, Southwest to be exact. 60th and King Sesson by way of Southern Street. Grr, shout out to Southern Street. Shout out to the O as well, too. Everybody in the O, y'all know me. Much love. I grew up on a block, middle class people. Yeah, everybody was from different parts of Philadelphia, or people came from down south or whatever. Typical, I ain't gonna say typical black neighborhood, because my block was like the cutoff block before you got to the shit. The shit was around the corner. Y'all know what the shit is, the hood shit. That shit was around the corner. So I pretty much grew up, the baby of 6. Y'all know how the baby can be. I was a spoiled little motherfucker. Pretty much got what I wanted. Cried to get what I want, or just, spoiled by my sisters and my mom and my dad. I could say I was a good kid around the right people, but I was always a sneaky kid around my friends and the people outside. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So growing up on Southern Street, like, it was a middle class working family block. Yeah, everybody pretty much, gonna say well off, but if you know the difference between middle class, low class, high class, we was middle class. Everybody pretty much had a little bit of paper, some bread, it was a struggle, but not a super struggle, you dig what I'm saying? So it was like, 3-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom houses on this one block. About 60, 70 houses on the block. So it was a lot of kids I'm growing up in the 70s, so you grew up in the 70s, It was a lot of camaraderie, a lot of people looking out for each other, a lot of people, taking care of each other. Like the neighbor, they could spank us or cuss us out and take us to our mom, that type shit growing up. So I guess I'll get started with my friends. Growing up with my friends, it was a few friends that I had that I still had to this day, and I'm 54 right now, so I'll be 55 in February. And yeah, man, we had some great times, man. Great childhood, great childhood, man. With sports and just, oh man, it was just great childhood I had. I have no problems with my childhood at all, except my mom and dad fighting, or you know, the drama that's in the house and shit like that. But yeah, growing up, I learned sports was a major part on our block. Sports was a major part. We all went to school. Everybody was pretty much smart. We ain't no dummies and shit. But sports was a major part. Like I learned my first lesson in football, I probably was like 5 or 6. And it was a dude named Big John. Big John had, what's that disease called? Where you can't walk and you like your legs. Not epilepsy. Y'all know the disease where you can't walk. You got to walk with crutches. I can't think of the name of the disease, but anyway, Big John had that, and Big John couldn't walk, so Big John couldn't stand up on his own without his crutches. So what Big John would do, he would take a football, right? He would sit on his steps, and in order for us to score a touchdown or whatever we was doing, we had to do a lot of weaving, like, and get it open and shit so he could throw us the ball, because he throwing from the steps like this. Yeah, I mean, Big John throwing from the fucking steps. So that taught us, like, we didn't know we was training for, but that was training us to training you for football, basketball, all that shit. We in the training. So I'm gonna get to that because my block with the sports, yeah, we had some great ones that come off my block. I mean, it made it. So yeah, Big John, yeah, he was like my first teacher in football to get open. You know what I mean? Get open, Big John. I never forget him. He came from a good family as well, down the street. With football, then we went to, it was a guy named Mike. So what Mike did, Mike taught us plays, because I think Mike played football or something in school. He taught us plays like number 1, go straight for a bomb. Number 2 was a slant. Number 3 was a motherfucking L. Number 4 was a slant and go. Like, Mike was a motherfucker, man. Mike was a motherfucker. I had a great childhood, man. Great childhood. Shout out to Mr. Clyde. I mean, just all the old heads on my block, man. There's so many I can't. If I name Mr. Clyde because he was the first one to come to my mind. But I can't name everybody, man, because I'll be here for motherfucking days. But people on the block, if y'all see this, if y'all ever watch this, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so yeah, growing up in Philly was it was cool in the beginning, you know. And then them teenage years came. When them teenage years came, it's when crack came. Crack was a motherfucker, boy. Woo! And you realize how nobody knew what crack was gonna do to the neighborhoods. People just thought they was getting high. I'm glad I ain't tried. Sheesh. I ain't telling what the fuck would have happened. But anyway, yeah, my teenage years was, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, I did had some fun times with some fun people, man. Still got friends to this day from those times. I don't know, the youngsters today, I don't know if they're gonna have lifelong friendships like we had. 70s and 80s friendships is different, because we grew together. We went from elementary school to junior high school to high school all together. And then when crack came, we sold drugs together, corner boys. I mean, that's a whole nother story. I get into that shit later. But I just wanted to give y'all a little bit about myself, you know what I mean? It's gonna be called Thoroughness Talk. You gotta be thorough, you know what I mean? Thoroughness Talk with the Thuggernaut. Ain't nobody perfect, but you can be thorough, you dig? That's just a little bit about myself. I'm gonna get, I guess, you know, this my first time doing this shit, so I'll be back at y'all. And, yeah. Thoroughness Talk with the Thuggernaut. Grrr. Army of One.